4 years ago, and he now works in the United States as a web designer. Peter, thanks so much for your time and joining us here on the program. I want to first ask you, if you've been talking to your friends and family back at home in Greece and what they've been telling you, what the last few days have been like and how they're feeling.
Yeah, there's mixed feelings. It's depending with who you are talking to. If you are talking for someone that has been unemployed for 3 years now, he doesn't see any hope in what he was believing in a couple of years ago. And if you're speaking to someone who he has a job or he's an importer of sunglasses from Italy, he cannot take out the money from his bank in order to do his job, then it's difficult. The Greeks are seeing scenes and images that they've never seen before. They're seeing people standing in lines in front of ATMs. But for the past 5 years, the people in Greece have seen also other images and scenes that it's much worse than that. They have seen people trying to find eat through the garbage. They have seen people standing in line for a plate of food from the charities of the church. And they have seen also their kids, the sons and daughters, to leave the country for a better life abroad.
I'm curious to know what you think about these events the past several days. It's been quite confusing. Even in the last 12 hours, you had Alexis Tsipras, the Greek prime minister, first, over the weekend rejecting the proposals that was put before him by the international creditors. And all of a sudden, once Greece has defaulted, he says, listen, I'll accept most of the terms of this bailout. And then he says, by the way, to the people, vote no against the proposal that he was saying he would accept most of.
The past couple of days, they are so strange because there's this tremendous amount of information coming from various places. You could see the news being changing every minute. You can see decisions being changed in every minute. And the people, this is another reason why the people in Greece are so frustrated, is because they don't know really what's happening. The people in Greece don't really understand what will happen if they vote yes or no. And that's the other thing, the yes and no. That's a referendum that until now has divided the people in two parties. And, we, the Greeks, are very good in being divided. But at the same time, when things are getting tough, the Greeks they can be like united, to be unified and fight the common enemy or the situation and disaster or anything that happens.
Right.
And as one of our greatest writers, Odysseus Elitis, said, if you take Greece apart, in the end you will be left with an olive tree, which means that with those 3 items you can rebuild Greece.
I think a big question to ask you what the solution might be, but what do you want to happen next? Because as you mentioned, a lot of the Greeks, that Issa Suarez was talking to in her piece, very confused as to what a no vote will mean versus a yes vote. And we heard from Alexis Tsipras today saying, listen, if you vote no, it doesn't mean automatically that we're leaving the euro. He's obviously going against what a lot of analysts believe, that this would probably lead to a Grexit if there is a no vote. And a yes vote would mean possibly more negotiations and Alexis Tsipras stepping down. If you had it your way, which way would you have it?
The Greek people, I don't think that all the Greek people see it this way. The Greek people seeing the yes as the continuation of the situation that they have lived for the past 5 years. Some people are seeing it this way. Some other people might see the yes as continue being strong in the European Union and the Eurozone. Now, the government really hasn't explained what the no means. There's this generic idea that after the no, they will be back in the table of negotiations with more power. But most of the people are seeing it as a no to what they have lived and experienced for the past 5 years. It was those things that I mentioned before in the beginning, the very tough austerity measures that created all this big economical crisis.
Yeah, it was a complex issue from the start, and now it's getting even more complicated.
Exactly.
Peter Charitopoulos, thanks so much for your perspective. It was important to get that. Appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Turning now to